If you're interested in PPC advertising, first things you need to know is not Google Ads, not marketing, know how to turn on your PC. You need to understand what you are going to do during your workday. This is not a commercial for some IT course, and I'm not going to promise it will be easy way to earn money. These days, the flow of information is so fast and everything changes so quickly that even this video might not stay relevant the next day. When I started learning Google Ads in 2017, I bought the book How Google Works by Eric Schmidt and Jonathan Rosenberg, but it wasn't a very effective investment. Some techniques and methods are still relevant, but the Google Ads interface had already changed long before I read this book. The first thing you need to understand is that you will be learning all the time. Yes, your parents might have promised that everything would be easier after school. They lied. I paused my work with Google Ads for a year, and when I returned, I had to relearn almost everything from scratch. In the early days of Google Ads, there was only an unfair option. They they implemented a fair option followed by ad rank. Now you can work with broad match, which used to be a dumpster. Every year they change something. Be prepared to excel in analytics and have strong math skills. I'm not saying you need to understand normal distribution or take double integrals, but you need to be able to analyze big data. Essentially, your campaign show A ads B times each day over some period C allocated across D campaigns with E ad groups, and they were clicked F times with a bounce rate of G. You need to be able to make decisions based on this data from any dimension. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. You need to be proficient in Google Sheets and Excel. I spend many hours every week extracting data and it takes me minutes, but for beginners it can take hours and the result is not guaranteed. Of course, ChatGPT can save you a lot of headaches and I use it as well, but you won't get the right answers if you don't know the right questions. So learn how VLOOKUP works as well as some if and even how to replace VLOOKUP with index and match. Voltaire said, "One must cultivate one's own garden." And my job can be better described than as a work of gardener. I have my small piece of land, a few seeds, and a few kilograms of fertilizer. It's up to me how I'm going to use them, and of course, I want to get the most valuable harvest. My favorite phrase from one of my CVs is I like to optimize things to make the world a better place, which is an ideal fit for a PPC specialist. But since I understand that you probably only seen a garden in Farming Simulator and think Walter is something related to Shocker, I'll confess I'm a gamer and my favorite games are strategy games, especially city builders. So if you like Rimworld, Total War, Stellaris, etc., things twice, you should consider trying PPC advertising. Have you seen the Die Hard movie? Yeah, Bruce Willis is a tough guy. You'd better to follow his example and be stress resistant. All my accounts spend $3 every minute. Gosh, is it hot here? I feel feverish just thinking about it. No one but you is responsible for this spending. Google Ads provides some limitations and I'm more relaxed now because I've set up many safeguards, but when I first started I would wake up in the middle of the night to check if I had set up the daily limits. I have a horrible story for you. I knew a guy who wasted $120,000 in a minute. I wish I knew his fate and hope he escaped to another country, but be aware that this could happen if you are not careful with your account management. And this leads us to the threshold for this job. I don't know the current situation in the job market, but when I started it was trendy and easy to enter. Right now you are in dilemma. To gain your first job, you need some experience. But to get experience, you need a job. Of course. The auntie let you set up a campaign with $50, but no one takes that seriously. So the only choice you have to gain your first experience is to find a company with a junior position where you will be paid a few coins from the coffee machine and cookies from the kitchen until you prove you can be trusted to manage serious accounts. And I would say that there are some unpleasant individuals who won't increase your salary even if you earn it. Luckily for me, I'm working at Ardos Performance Marketing and I don't have to suffer through my job. Even if you don't have experience, we offer a learning course and mentor support to help you to take your first steps in paid search. And it's not an unpaid internship. We'll give you a chance to prove yourself, and in 3 months, it will be up to you to decide if the job is suitable for you. We offer our team members a clear understanding of KPIs, which are proportional to the number and value of projects you take on. We don't overwhelm you with bureaucracy, giving you the chance to find unique solutions to any problems. But there are some conditions for you to start working with Ardos. I hope that if you watched this video till this moment, you have a good level of English. We only consider candidates in year one who are ready to work on site. You need to have essential knowledge of Excel, Google spreadsheets. Your main soft skill should be a good listener and a student for life. You should have an analytical mind and a passion for optimization and strategic planning. Do you hear my imaginary watch ticking? No? Well, I do. This is why I'm always on track and stick to task management. This is another required skill. You need to keep many things in mind and allocate your time accordingly. You don't want to make your clients angry by forgetting something or missing a deadline. You need to solve problems, not just perform tasks. Nobody cares if you have a second degree in marketing, can multiply three-digit numbers without a calculator or play ukulele. Clients expect results from you and your goal is to achieve them using the Pareto principle. The most common question from the client when on board is, can your Google Ads bring me more money? If PPC specialists are honest, they will answer,
I don't know.
we don't have a red button to push for leads and purchases, and when your call center is idle, it doesn't mean we've stopped pedaling the bicycle. That was a tough lesson I learned when I was a junior at MPN, my first marketing agency. I was frustrated because one of my projects wasn't performing well and asked our PPC head of department, Anton Lunkov, what to do. He smiled in a friendly way and said something like, we don't have tools to generate leads. Then during the conversation, we realized that we could take actions A, B, and C, which would allow us to do something and potentially bring results. A and B didn't work, but C did. And this means our job is about creativity. You need not only to know things and stay updated on the news, but also to experiment. There will be situations when none of A, B, or C work, and you shouldn't get frustrated about this. You need to move on to the next step. There is a festival in the US called Burning Man. It lasts 1 week, but if you don't know how to build a balance between work and personal life, be ready to burn. PPC specialists have a creative job where you need to develop something every day. Their ads run 24/7. Clients are always pushing for new leads and they don't want to pay extra. It's not like you are going to sit in front of the computer for 8 hours and then go home. Your job can follow you everywhere and it's up to you not to go crazy. Being a PPC specialist is a hard work, and if you don't want to acquire some skills, you better to look for another job. My threshold for many activities in life is simple. Just imagine you will need to do it the rest of your life 5 days a week. If you don't have strong body, it will be a nightmare to work as a loader. If you don't like dirt, you can be a cleaner. If you are afraid of big numbers, estimations, responsibility, PPC specialists control billions of dollars monthly and repetitive routine work. Don't torment yourself. No amount of money is worth the nerves and effort you will spend. Not that I'm not saying you need to have the skills to start, but honestly answer yourself, are you ready to learn everything you just heard about? So let's summarize. A PPC specialist is about optimization, hard work, learning, an analytical mind, being an experienced PC user, stress resistant, a threshold to start a career, task management, long term commitment, creativity, and experiments, and work life balance. Feel free to use this, follow these soft skills, and incorporate them in your CV. Next time we'll talk more about hard skills. Thank you for listening. Please share your thoughts in the comments and follow me if you want to hear more about digital marketing.